Good afternoon, and it's great to be here. Thank you, Rai, for this opportunity to share our thoughts on tenets of experience design. A lot has changed actually in the last few years. The way consumers are, you had a lot of panel discussions and people talking about that evolution happening. But how did this kind of translate into the physical design of the store is what we are presenting. And most of these are examples from projects that we have done. Right? We got about 4 tenets. The first one is people ignore design that ignores people. Yeah. So clearly, if you see, retail has moved from being product-centric many years back to becoming convenience-centric with the onset of online, and now it's become consumer-centric. Right? Everything that we do needs to take into account what the consumer wants or what the consumer's vision is or what the consumer is trying to achieve in the retail space. So if you look at different aspects which we consider for the retail design part, choice is something that's very important. Consumer anytime, we've been talking about that. Connect, consumer does have an omni-channel mindset, and they look for insights, they look for data, they look for information from other consumers, the C2C as we call it. Culture is a big deal because in terms of consumers wanting to have this sense of belongingness, sense of community. So integrating culture into that has also become extremely important. Experience, we're looking at experience that is humanized, which means whatever we do, we shouldn't do just for, a lot of people spend a lot of money on digitization of the store, which probably doesn't fit into the consumer journey. So you're looking at something that's humanized, that helps the consumer have a better experience in the store in terms of shopping. Personalization, it has already been talked about. It's got to be a meaningful experience and memorable. And responsibility. I think in the previous panel discussion, there's a lot talked about sustainability, about being responsible to people and responsibility to the planet. So this is a store which, the W New store which we did, we had done a complete understanding of the consumer to understand also, what is it that will excite them, what is it that will inspire them, what's the kind of communication that needs to be there in the front of the store, and the deployment of the right kind of digital and display and the architecture in the front of the store will show that the decisions to go for those kind of shapes and forms was based on what consumers said. And if you see, the brand was looking at transcending from being a fashion brand to a complete ensemble, like head to toe, as they would call it. And therefore, it was important that in the store layout also that was taken care of based on what the consumer wants. We did look at these trending points where communication of how do you filter what is there in the store and kind of take a consultative position and say, this is what is trending now, it's good for you. These were interactive zones in the store. And a lot of storytelling. They did have various collections, so a lot of storytelling which is appreciated by the consumers so that enough information is given to them. And adequate space and seating. Many times we think that seating is a waste of space. Why don't we replace it with gondola? But I think if you look at the kind of, we looked at the dwell time that consumers would spend in this kind of a store. It was more than 30 minutes. Definitely you need space to sit, obviously to try on your footwear and also to sit, otherwise to rest in the store. One of the key things, of course, was the trial room. If you see, right next to that, we have put the accessories because head to toe was the positioning of the brand. So we wanted that after you try the core product, which is the garments, when you come out, then there would be accessories also to you to finish the complete look. So this is one of the tenets that we looked at in this project. The next one, the journey needs to be just as enjoyable as the destination itself. The retail design has gone beyond the product. The journey, like this, just this morning, very interestingly, I did something very sneaky in the Bangalore airport. So what I did, I like this dry hazelnut cappuccino by Third Wave Coffee, but I like the ambience of Starbucks. The third wave coffee didn't have great ambience in terms of sitting in the Bangalore airport. So I bought actually a coffee from third wave, went into Starbucks, settled down in a nice chair there, enjoyed the ambience there. So what I'm trying to say that is not just about great coffee that I liked, I was also looking at a great experience. So journey needs to be just as enjoyable as the destination itself. And this is a category which is windows, AS glass. So we looked at how do we kind of demystify, purchasing a window while making a decision for a window. It's a very typical hardware engineering product. So if you see what we did create a lot of spaces in the store to be able to demonstrate the different features of this product, right? If you can see here, one is the capability of the AS window to block sound. So we created a zone there in which you open the door, and we had induced sound of traffic inside that. And there was a decibel meter inside outside, which was a handheld, part of the handheld tab. And one could measure the decibel inside and what's inside the store. So therefore, the buyer there could easily make a decision saying that, okay, this is a great window that cuts sound. And it was not just that, we also had injected a water spray to show the ability to cut, to make it waterproof, how the windows are waterproof and so on. And there's another property that is required in terms of, sorry, thing goes back, yeah. Another property in terms of security, in terms of heat, ability to block heat, ability to give privacy. So with the touch of a switch, the whole, the glass would become opaque. And of course, some more properties in the balcony, and that leads you into this design studio where we used AR, VR. You could take a section of a window and then place it on the table, and all the information about that would come on the screen. And after which the architect who wants to take a call could actually go into the VR station, into the virtual reality station, and see how the window gets applied onto a building. So the whole journey was changed in terms of a transactional journey of buying an engineering product. It was very important how the whole journey was changed way beyond what the product is. And the cafe, of course, is important. The third is cultural sensitivity is key to building customer relationship. Many times we kind of underplay this, but very interestingly, we kind of did this this is a brand called Surender in Bangalore, which they look at, agarbattis, the incense stick, where we studied what it was used for and used all those cultural elements in the retail design. And if you see the kind of materials outside, these are materials used in places of worship, temples and others, and the entire architecture inside was also, even if you see that, almost like an altar, where you could, there are jars in which you could lift the jar and smell some of the special incense. So the whole story was built around the product, the cultural aspect of what the product is meant for. And of course, there was also the heritage of the brand, which was given adequate importance there. Last is information is key to optimizing conversion. Information, as you see, started with digitization, then it became datafication. After datafication, it's become visualization. So it's important that the consumer gets to see and actually feel what the product is about. And this is an interesting project we've done for Somani tiles. If you see, this is what, as soon as you enter the store, this is the first thing you see in terms of demystifying the brand, wherein we're talking about what the brand is about, especially about the products. Many customers did not know about what the tiles are. So you can see on the left-hand side how the actual wood and a tile that looks like wood is kept next to it, so that customers could feel the wood and also tactile feel the tile and know that how close it is. So my point here is that it's very important that information is given to demystify the products, demystify the brand with the consumers. And yeah, so this is it. This is a closer view of that. And we also had what we called a tile master's table. A tile is as good as it's laid. In our research, we found out that it makes sense actually to show how the tile is cut. So whoever comes there would get to know, how to appreciate the style of the brand. And social proofing in terms of the advocacy and all information about that. So that's all I have for the tenets. I think Shyam will quickly run you through what 4D is.
Yeah, thank you, Surender. So as a company, what we do is creating unique experiences for our customers, understanding the customer's customer. So the end audience, we understand the complete persona of the audience, the complete journey, what they would love to do, and how we blend that with science and art together to ensure that the brand stands out in the marketplace and wins over their customer. So as a company, we're 23 years old. We have more than 65 designers, architects, and team members as a part of our team. We are a multidisciplinary team where we have experienced design and rollout management. We work with almost 47 brands pan-India. And apart from India, we work in 6 other countries. And we also work with 14 international brands in India. So we deliver, pre-COVID, we used to deliver only in design and rollout. We are completely a design services company. And design and rollout, we used to do 600 plus projects for 47 brands. But post-COVID, that numbers have slightly dropped, but we are still close to 500 last year. So these are all our regional clientele whom we work, including a lot of them in Hyderabad, starting from South India Shopping Mall, RS Brothers Group, to a lot of others in South India and also other parts of India. So these are the different brands we work with in regional retailers. And we work with about 47 national brands pan-India from all the top brands of the country. And in different verticals. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Customer's customer. So the end audience, we understand the complete persona of the audience, the complete journey, what they would love to do, and how we blend that with science and art together to ensure that the brand stands out in the marketplace and wins over their customer. So as a company, we're 23 years old. We have more than 65 designers, architects, and team members as a part of our team. We are a multidisciplinary team where we have experienced design and rollout management. We work with almost 47 brands pan-India. And apart from India, we work in 6 other countries. And we also work with 14 international brands in India. So we deliver, pre-COVID, we used to deliver only in design and rollout. We are completely a design services company. And design and rollout, we used to do 600 plus projects for 47 brands. But post-COVID, that numbers have slightly dropped, but we are still close to 500 last year. So these are all our regional clientele whom we work, including a lot of them in Hyderabad, starting from South India Shopping Mall, RS Brothers Group, to a lot of others in South India and also other parts of India. So these are the different brands we work with in regional retailers. And we work with about 47 national brands pan-India from all the top brands of the country. and in different verticals. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.